Now, where you go for dinner can make or break a perfect night, so how can you make sure you're choosing just the best?
Well, Alex had a chance to talk to one of the judges from the show Top Chef who had some suggestions.
Well, how often do you go out to eat? Well, it turns out people go to restaurants an average of 4 times per week. Now, we have to wonder, how many of those times are they disappointed when they get there? Well, joining me now with some tips on choosing the hottest spots for your taste buds is culinary expert and judge on Bravo's Top Chef, Gail Simmons. Good morning, Gail.
Hi, Alex. Great to be here.
It's so good to have you on. So, I mean, you're around food all the time, and I'm sure it's, it's probably pretty easy for you to get inspiration on what to eat, but where can people go and for themselves get inspiration on which restaurants to choose?
There's so many places these days to look for inspiration, so many resources at our fingertips, but sometimes it's actually hard to sift through all the clutter and know what's good and what's not. One thing I like to do is really take advantage of social media, sleuth out on social media a few trusted voices, a chef that you admire, a restaurateur, a blogger, a food writer, and follow them on Instagram. That way, anytime they post a dish that they love or post something at a restaurant that they visit, you can make a little note of it in your phone or keep it, jot it down, and that way the next time you need restaurant inspiration, you have it right at your fingertips.
I love that. So it's really all about doing research and sort of being prepared. Now, obviously dining out is really all about the experience, and you can actually ask the restaurant to do special things for you, for like a group outing, to make it more memorable. So what can people do?
I think people don't take advantage enough of going to restaurants and using their customer service. Restaurants are in the business of hospitality, and if you give them advance notice and give them information they need, they're often happy to really make your evening special and to do whatever they can to enhance that experience. So, for example, if you're hosting a big group dinner, a birthday, a special occasion, make the reservation in advance and make sure to tell them if there's anyone with dietary restrictions, allergies, if it's a birthday, you want a candle on the cake, a special dessert, or maybe it's a special date and you want a secluded little table in the corner, and that's something that if they know, they can always help you with. The other thing too is to know that if you're picking up the tab and you want to make sure that you're getting the most value for your money, take advantage of all the deals out there. Right now, for example, Chase Freedom Credit Card is providing 5% cash back on all restaurant spending across the country until June 30th. So this is a great time to go eat out, use your Chase Freedom Credit Card, and get the most out of your dining.
I love that. You get rewards. Now, at the rate that I eat out, I would be rich by the end of that. So when you're traveling...
Well, that's the point.
Yeah. So when you're traveling, what are some tips for people to sort of find the best local spots?
Well, whenever you're traveling, obviously, do a little research in advance if you can. Look at lists of what they say are the best restaurants in the city you're going to. But I find that I discover the most local, sort of interesting spots when I actually am going to my destination after I land and I ask the locals themselves. So not only do I like to ask my concierge at the hotel I'm staying at, they often know a ton, but also talk to local shopkeepers, taxi drivers, people on the street, or if you do find a restaurant that you like, talk to the waiter, talk to the chef, ask where they eat on their days off. Because if you like the food at the restaurant where they're working, chances are they can direct you to a really great place that's like-minded and that you'll get another great experience.
I love that. So you kind of go to the source, you go to the people who are closest to the matter and where they get their inspiration. That's a wonderful idea. So what should people, when they find a review, how do they sift out the good ones from the bad ones?
Well, there's so many places to look for reviews these days. Not only can you look at classic restaurant food critic reviews and local city magazines, crowdsourcing sites, social media, looking at blogs. There's so many places to get your information. And I like to do a little bit of all of it. I like to read all of those things together, but also form my own opinions. Take it all with a grain of salt. Sometimes because someone else didn't like it doesn't mean that it won't be perfect for me and my dining companions. You just want to actually make sure that you take into account the preference of not only your eating habits, but whoever you're dining with as well.
Gail, I love it. There's a whole science to this, and I want to thank you so much for being on, but where can people go to get more information?
Well, if you want all these tips and more, go to Chase Freedom's Facebook page. I've made a big list there of how to take advantage of the best restaurant dining this summer.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being on again, Gail.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you. And stay where you are. The Morning Blend will be right back.